Good morning, guys. It's day one here at the Europe Minor Championship. A lot of fun. It's the road to Boston. It's time to bring the action, bring the pain. Me and Snod's going to be doing the opening game today. About 6:30 in the morning, so I am literally just waking up. Got to have some coffee, Red Bull, you know, get into the groove. But I've had breakfast already, and breakfast was amazing. Got an omelette, put whatever you want in it. They just had a woman there making it all for you. It was fantastic. Had some fruit and stuff as well, like a huge selection of fruit, kiwi, you name it, it was all in there. Really good start, get myself filled up and ready. And now, just to get changed, get all my hair did, and all that kind of stuff, and then head to the PGL studios to see where it all begins. Now we're going live at 10 AM, so we've got a good 2 hours from 10 till, we get there at 8, so we've got a good 2 hours from 8 till 10 to get stuff ready. Make sure any last minute changes need to happen and make sure we're happy with everything. And then it's live time, it's prime time, another long 14-15 hour day, but we're going to look forward to some amazing games on the EU side of things, so let's see how it all goes. What's going on, guys? Video log time, me and Snod's getting ready. He's just literally firing out now. Studio looks sick, we're all set up and ready to go. It's going to be EnVyUs taking on a Wendigo. Going to be a good game. I've gone with EnVyUs for the pick. Wendigo could come in upset, they did beat him before, but this is a LAN situation and we know the damage that EnVyUs can do. Very talented lineup. Seen the EnVyUs guys, they do look pretty awake as well, which is always a good sign. You know they can sometimes be slow starters, so let's see how it rolls, let's see how it goes. Enjoy the stream, enjoy the footage. I'll catch you guys in a little bit. It's day one of the Europe Minor Championship, road to Boston. We've got 8 teams ready to battle it out in an amazing competition with plenty of action to come. And joining me for the first game is going to be none other than the incredible Snods. How are you today, my friend?
Doing very well, obviously. You know, we had our week-long stint in Korea for the Asian Minor, and here we are in Romania with PGL for the European one.
Oh yes, and we're enjoying being here already. There's a lot of action to be had. There's some fantastic teams here, and maybe not so many teams that everyone quite expected when we went through the qualifiers early on.
Yeah, I mean, I can agree with you on that one. Obviously, teams like Xtatus and other teams, potentially like Pride, knocking out NIP, of course, in the closed qualifier. So, yeah, teams are not really used to be seeing, but then again, can they cause those upsets? Yeah,
this is the thing. There's actually so much potential here for these teams to really go back and forth. And I don't think everyone's like, oh, okay, yeah, Optic, EnVy, they're the ones that should take it. But you can't really underrate what some of these teams have managed to achieve, especially in the last few months. There is a huge amount of potential for some crazy games here.
Exactly. I mean, obviously, Pride taking out NIP in the closed qualifier. You have a Go that have a lot of recent form. Going into these best of ones, these best of threes, there are definitely upset potential. The question is, you know, can they perform when they need to?
Oh, yes. Well, let's see how it's all going to go. Let's see the format and how these games are going to be played out, as well as what teams are going to be taking part in all of it. So as you can see, it's 8 teams, 2 GSL groups. Upper bracket will be best of 1, the lower bracket going to best of 3. It's double eliminations all the way through. All matches will be best of 3 when we get into the playoff side of things as well.
Exactly. All of these teams have 2 chances to try and qualify for the major qualifier. And obviously, those elimination matches and whatnot will be best of 3. In terms of Group A, you know, the obvious favourites, EnVyUs and Godsend. Group B, you're looking at Space Soldiers and Optic, but then again, of course, upset potential across the board.
Oh, yes. Now, let's start with Group A here, Snods. For me, you've got EnVyUs, yeah. They're on LAN. We know they can perform. They're expected to do so well here, but they need to come out straight away, all guns blazing. They can't afford to take any mistakes like we saw early on when they tried to qualify for this. It looked a bit shaky at start, then they fought back, and then they almost woke up to it. In this first game here today, they need to come out all guns blazing.
Exactly, right. The first game playing versus Wendigo, obviously Wendigo former ex-Outlaws, you know, signing to that new roster, not new roster, but the new organisation for the European Minor with hopes to obviously qualify. And in the closed qualifier, they were the team that actually took EnVyUs down to that 3rd and 5th position. The question is, you know, the difference between online and LAN. How is that really going to be favouring a side like EnVyUs?
Well, let's see what EnVyUs have got to bring is what we're going to see this from this team here. Well, we're not far from coming into the game. Now, Snods, what I want to know from you is your prediction for this game and why.
I reckon 16-9 EnVyUs take this one.
Wow, very clear cut.
Are you expecting an upset here already?
I don't think it'll be an upset. My prediction would be that EnVyUs will go forward with this, but I think it is still going to be a bit of a battle for them. I don't think Windigo are going to make it an easy ride for them whatsoever. We saw before in the EU minor, yes, things have changed, yes, we're on a land position, but I think the hunger and the sheer determination coming out from Windigo is what I'm looking forward to see. Potentially.
As I said before, obviously EnVyUs picking the map Cobblestone, which means Windigo get to choose which side they want to be starting on, and they are deciding to opt for that CT side. The question is, of course, this pistol round. EnVyUs already getting off to a good start.
Yeah, EnVyUs up on the T side, Windigo on the CT side. We're seeing more of a stack towards B at the moment for Windigo. 4 players there. And RPK, he's going to be the point man for EnVyUs looking around.
4 players now towards B platform from EnVyUs. It's going to be RPK with the P250 leading the charge. Obviously, one-shot headshot. Can he find that entry? Can he open up the site for EnVyUs and start things off well for the experienced side?
Yeah, they're waiting for it to happen. They're waiting for it to pop off at this stage. Windigo are in a very good position. They see the smokes come down. Punisher instantly gets dinked down to 55 health, takes the damage. XMS looking to try and find someone in drop, but EnVyUs aren't fully pushing into this yet. They've done a bit of damage. They've caused a bit of a distraction. They're keeping Windigo on their feet.
Screen now the lurk player towards Matrix. Obviously, pressure being put down by EnVyUs towards the B side. You spoke about those rotations as well from the CT side. They currently have 3 players towards drop. Speller now towards the barrel, playing the off angle towards it along. That kill was crucial.
Yeah, Scream goes down, looks to try and make a second. While RPK and XMS come on, make their own kills here. Happy dancing around, trying to get something done. Finds himself 2 beautiful shots with her Glock. And now it is all up to Nicky. 1 versus 3, and he doesn't quite know where to look. He's got to be careful from behind. Finds the first one onto Sixer, going on the hunt for XMS, who's only got 53 points of health. RPK's on the lurk with 28 as well. They are trying to close round him, and Nicky is playing it smart. He's not taking any risk as he picks up that kill, and this is where it's going to get close. But XMS, he's on top of it too fast with that Glock in hand, and EnVyUs secure the first round.
And finally, we're going to be seeing Spellland with the up towards Matrix, holding the angle towards middle, but it's 15 rounds too late, James.
Yeah, last round, they've got to make it work as Happy comes out. 40 got the first frag, has to reposition himself to get it on the board. RPK's there ready and waiting. But Punisher's trying to put the damage in. Bubble able to back him up, 6 of falls. This is looking good here for Windigo to get a little bit of a saving grace. As the second one's done in there. RPK all left alone, 9 health, doesn't have the bomb down. Finds himself the first frag, looking for the second. This has put himself into a very good situation. Clutch mode, can he make it happen? Can he secure the 11th? He's come out, managed to look around for the bomb, looking to see and hear what he can find from the Windigo player. Bubble knows the pressure's on, but Bubble isn't fully convinced if he's still in this B bomb site.
Bubble on 21 HP. Even though RPK has half of that at 9, both of these players are 1 bullet away from hitting the deck and going 6 feet under. As with 45 seconds left, RPK baits out the plant, hoping that Bubble will show his inexperience and go for the peak, but instead, he's holding the line, he's holding the angle, expecting RPK to walk into his crosshair and try and make his mark towards the A side.
Well, Bubble is now starting to move around. He's second-guessing himself while RPK runs towards, walks towards Dropper, but comes in, trying to just see if he can find him lurking anywhere at this stage. Bubble, he's got a lot of patience to play with here. The bomb will be planted. Bubble's heard it, and they're waiting for each other now to be found.
RPK may be paranoid that Bubble's gone from A towards B long, but instead, great initiative here from RPK as he has the drop potential on him going towards speed when he lands that 1 bullet. It's going to go 4-11. EnVyUs with a soaring lead going into the second half. And now for Windigo, if they concede the second pistol as well, this could be over in a matter of seconds.
Only Happy remains Deagle in hand, but they're already waiting for him. Does well with the kill on the ships, but he needs 4 more of them to make anything happen, and Punisher comes in with a final 1. Windigo are on match point, and honestly, how many people could have thought we would have been here again?
Ships, the sleeping giant in the first half, only getting around 5 kills or 6 frags in the first half, now sitting on 17, so almost 12 kills in this second half of the T side. It seems like he has awoken, and the star prowess power has been unlocked for Windigo, as it will go 15-12. EnVyUs now back against the ropes, so they're going to be tested. Will the pedigree and the caliber of experience really shine through in this potential final round here? Nevertheless, though, to try and topple Windigo will be 2 orbs onto Happy and Sixer, 1 orb towards the A side, towards connector door, and then one off from Happy towards Chicken Coop as well. But for Windigo to try and cause this first game upset, AWP onto bubble. We've already seen some crazy flicks and some crazy shots from him so far. But it will be the bomb outside drop. EnVyUs playing 2 players towards Electric, and it's a smart call at that as well. You have the AWP towards Chicken Coop, so as I said before, have 2 men playing towards Electric or towards drop, and try and see if you can counter drop control from Windigo.
Oh, this comes into drop, and Nicky starting off strong, but RPK able to fire back. Spellan instantly trading it out, but this isn't a bad situation just yet for him. Happy, got to make it work from Chicken Coop. They know exactly where he is. They're looking for him, and Ships rips his head off, takes him down. Sixer now backed up by Scream. They've got to hold this B bomb site. The bomb's going to be planted. He's trying to jump round it. Sixer! He's still making it happen. It's do or die. Punisher in a 1 versus 2. Scream comes in. EnVyUs pick up the round, and they live to fight another day. It's not over just yet. And EnVyUs are saying, we are still in this. We will take this overtime. We will make this happen.
That shot from Sixer there, going to be making the difference going forward. 15 to 13 now as we go into round number 29. Only 2 more rounds to potentially be played out to force OT for the side of EnVyUs.
The 17th round now for EnVyUs. Are they just going to go for a straight triple here as Windigo seem completely down and out? Now we go into overtime.
We need to be seeing a timeout or something from Windigo to have a breather. Try and let the frustration trickle away. Then again, 17 to 15, EnVyUs 2 away from claiming the first map. Obviously, first team to 19 wins in overtime, unless it goes to second OT, James, which is when it goes 18 to 18. Nevertheless, the money situation for Windigo, as already we're going to be seeing the UMP bought by Nicky and Punisher. Bubble as well onto low money, 2,000 for him. And you can see this is the problem when you invest into these AWPs in overtime. Yeah. If you don't claim the first or second round, going into that third round, or the final round of the half, if you do not win 1 round at that, your money is so low that it's so likely that EnVyUs get the third as well.
How scary is this now for Windigo? Because they knew what damage EnVyUs can do on their T side. Now they've stepped up on the CT side. If they can't get this round here, I would start to seriously be concerned for their future on this map. EnVyUs have stepped up right when they needed to. Maybe a little bit too late, but overtime obviously puts the pressure on them to make it happen. Windigo, they need to find the answer in this round.
Not just their future in this game, James. I think the future as well for themselves in this group, right? You're looking at teams like Godsent, like Ago. If you're Windigo, you need this first map upset to try and get a strong lead into the group. Nevertheless, though, Spellan goes down. The lurk play towards drop has already been taken out of the server, meaning a 1-man advantage for EnVyUs, as it looks likely they're poised to get all 3 rounds on their CT side.
Scream and Sixer towards A-Long. They've got an idea of what might be happening as Spellan trying to get some aggression done towards Dropper, cause the EnVyUs players to be focused on B. He did damage him down to 2 health, but he couldn't find the frag. Scream's in a really nice spot. Comes out all guns blazing, but can't find the kill. The flashes catch him off guard. Sixer close range with this AWP in hand, hiding in the smoke as it stands, as Happy picked up 2. Sixer, oh, and he does pick up the 1 kill for it. He's listening to what's going on. RPK with the last, and EnVyUs make it 18-15. They go with the clean sweep on the first half of overtime, and they're here to get it done. They're here to put an end to this.
Silence in court from the Windigo half of that stage. As right now they're looking lifeless. 15 to 18. One of the issues as well, as I said about previously, was are you either elated or deflated, right? You're screaming, you're shouting, you're so happy you're winning these rounds, and the upset is so close to coming to fruition. But when things don't go your way, and you become deflated and upset and frustrated with the fact that you're losing these rounds time and time again, has the communication basically gone silent?
Yeah, it seems exactly that as XMS comes out running and charging towards the A-ramp, backed up by his teammates. Punisher damaged as well. Windigo need to mount up some sort of defense here. Nicky finds 1, but XMS, he's come into his own, picks up the triple, and instantly RPK is able to reply. XMS picks up the final kill, 4 for him, and EnVyUs take the first map here and the first game to open up the Europe Minor Championship road to Boston.
It only took Happy 40 kills, but eventually they will close out that first map. 19 to 15, as you just said there, James. EnVyUs coming back from the face of defeat. 15 to 12 down, and somehow, some way, they found it within themselves to claim the final 3 rounds, get it to overtime, and then claim all rounds in OT, winning a grand total of 7 rounds in a row.
Now, this is what's crazy. We were saying about it before the game, how EnVyUs do start off slow. We were not joking. It looked so strong for them on their T side. Then things started to slip away, maybe overconfidence. Maybe they didn't expect the firepower coming out from Windigo. But in the end, they literally put themselves into a situation where they could have easily lost this first map here. They played on Cobblestone, the one that actually they were beaten by Windigo on in the EU Minor qualifier. Now we're here on the big stage. And at least one thing is, Windigo have proved that they can make this happen. They can fire back. And they're not a team that's going to be down and out of it. They may struggle to close out games, as we've just seen there, because they were so motivated. We saw so much power. We heard them screaming and shouting. But once that drops off, like you said, once the star plays stops happening, it was just a downhill spiral for this team.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the issues as well. If you're a team like Windigo and you rely on individual skill, when your star players, you know, Ships, Bubble, Punisher, when they're not landing the first kills, they're not landing the entries towards the sites, which basically, you know, open up your T sides, what do you fall back on? Where is your tactical depth where you have certain executions, certain setups that get you those guaranteed round wins, you know, set 2 pieces, you know, wall of smokes towards the B site, and then suddenly you play a good after plan. An execution towards the A site from A long, smoking off balcony, smoking off connector, mollying out APC, mollying out backside. Where was the structure when they needed it, when the star players tapered off?
And this was the thing for me. I look at EnVyUs now and I'm thinking, okay, they are on point now. They have warmed up into it. For their next games, this is where their confidence starts to flow. This is where they're in their element, as it be. Sam, Cam, ready for all the action. We're both wearing grey, looking sharp, looking prepared, looking like a real duo now. What's going on, guys? Banks here, back with my recap of day 1 of the EU Minor, the road to Boston. Some crazy games we saw. Went for two on the predictions. Got them all correct so far. That's across both minors. Gives me 9 correct. But it's going to get a little bit more difficult going on from here. So the recap, I'm just going to give you an overview of what happened. EnVyUs came through their first game playing Windigo, aka ex-Outlaws. And the issue they had with that was they faced each other to get to the minor. And this time around, Windigo ended up taking the win. But now on land, EnVyUs played them on the same map, which was absolutely crazy. Happy obviously had a trick up his sleeve, but they nearly lost out to it. Windigo got to the 15th round, battling back and forth. But luckily, EnVyUs ended up closing it out. The next game they would play would be against Ago. Ago, the very strong Polish side, a side they shouldn't underestimate. But EnVyUs came out all guns blazing, took the win. And that gave them their straight, just best of ones to secure the top place in the group, give them the easier ride as such and the higher seed. Then we go on to the other game that was taking place. This was Godsent going up against a team that most people expected to come out, maybe do okay, but probably lose, and it was Ago that we spoke about a second ago. Now, the thing we had here was Godsent. They didn't even look like the same kind of team you're used to seeing. Godsent got dominated, didn't seem like they had their shit together, and they paid the price for it massively. You watched Godsent get taken down 16-8, Ago went through. Then obviously they did lose to EnVyUs, like I mentioned previously. They dropped down to lower bracket, waiting for the next game to come into fruition. And then what we ended up seeing was actually Godsent took on Windigo. Now I gave it a big lot of hype, so did Sam, my co-commentator. We thought the Windigo were going to give up a good fight, but I think they were a little bit defeated, a little bit down and out of it. Godsent, they came with massive firepower. Legendary teams, they all have capable of winning brilliant events. They've won amazing events before in the past as well. They've had a fantastic history in CSGO, even with a major champion. Many years ago, but still a major champion. You can't discredit that. Godsent went with straight 2-0, 16-2 and 16-4. Ridiculous score lines. And then we saw Godsent get the rematch in a best of 3 going up against Ago. And you look at this and you think, okay, best of 3, Ago, surely they're not going to be able to do this. They closed it out 2-0. And they were some convincing 2-0s as well. Godsent have been sent home, didn't look good at all. And now we sit in a situation where actually we're thinking, okay, Ago here, they should be a team that people look at and they actually worry about here. Now going into tomorrow, day 2, the game's coming up, we're going to see Space Soldiers take on X-Status. X-Status, they came through, shocked a lot of people. The Czech and Slovakian team, very young players on that team as well. Star talents of the future, maybe even of now. But Space Soldiers, sometimes they can be very online heavy, but they've started to get to more events. They're starting to make waves in the community. In this game, I'm going to go with Space Soldiers. I think they'll be able to take it on a best of 1. It's the first game here, and we saw how well they did in their first game against SK. at IEM not long ago. No, not at IEM, at ESL1 Cologne. There we go. I'll make sure I get that right. I was there. I saw the action live. It was an insane game. Let's see how they do this time around, but my pick is going to be Space Soldiers for that one. Then we have the Optic Gaming lineup. Star-studded. Probably the best team here by far. They're looking at first place and only first place. They're going to go up against the other Polish team that made it through, Pride. Now, Pride, they are good, but I rate Ago higher. I would 100% than actually Optic are going to take this, and they're probably going to top the group overall. Pride may give some of the other teams a run for their money, but I do not think they're going to be ready for Optic. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know how you think it's going to go. They're my predictions. Let's see if we can go 4 for 4 in EU, and if we can make it 11-11 overall across the 2 minors that I've covered. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll catch you guys a little bit later on.